At the end of today's video, you're gonna have complete clarity over the direction in which you need to take your life and have full confidence that the goal that you're going towards, right? And in this case, in today's episode, we're talking about the area of finances, the area in which you're going towards, that you feel confident. As if somebody said, "What is your name?" and you say your name with confidence. That's the kind of confidence that you're gonna feel at the end of today's call, just complete clarity. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Who am I? If you're watching me for the very first time, you're probably, if you're watching right now, you've seen me before. My name is DeAndre Saxton. I am currently living here in Miami, Florida, originally from San Diego. So this is the #1 channel for entrepreneurs who want to increase their life and increase their income and do it in their effortless way by reprogramming their paradigm. You see, there's many ways to earn money. There's crypto, there's NFTs, all these things are, all these different, I wouldn't say fads, but these new technologies are coming up. But guess what? There's one thing that controls all of that and how much you earn, and it's right here between the 6 inches between your ears, right? And it's your mind. So when you begin to reprogram your mind, everything starts to fall into place. This information has taken me from zero to over $100,000 a month in less than 60 days. So what is it that really changed my life? People think, what's the secret? It wasn't a new NFT or a crypto coin or whatever it was. It was something that I learned from my mentor, Bob Proctor. So I've been studying under Bob Proctor for the last 2 years. And it's completely changed my life. We're gonna start off with the ABCs of goals. Where do you start? If you want to turn your annual income into your monthly income, the first thing is like, well, DeAndre, where do I start at? I'm still at a job. I'm only part-time in my business and I'm part-time in my job. But where do I go? What do I need to do? What course do I need to do? What book do I need to read? So we're gonna talk about the ABCs of goals, but most importantly, I want to get you guys on a little secret: quantum goals, and moving into the quantum space where there's no time and there's no space, and you can manifest your goals in an effortless way. All right, so let's go ahead and let's talk about it. Let's talk about turning your annual income into your monthly income, because that's what somebody wants. But okay, DeAndre, let's get it on paper. How do we actually do that? So the first thing we have to do is we have to define what success is. We have to first define a success. I would get out my notebook if I were you, but let's go ahead and let's define success. Success as defined by our mentor, one of my mentors, Earl Nightingale, who's passed away, but he says that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. I'm not saying that success is the Lamborghini, the Rolex, the $1 Million Club, earning $100,000 a month, or whatever it is that you Instagram or your uplines or whatever business partners or the next door neighbors are defining as success. I'm saying success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So what does that mean? Let's break that down. Success is progressive. There was a famous story of this guy in New York, became a very famous restaurateur. So he had many restaurants in New York City. And one day during an interview, an interviewer said, "Hey, when did you realize that you were successful?" And you know what the guy said? "I was successful when I was sleeping on park benches, when I held the vision that I was going to own all these restaurants here in New York City." You see, you need to simply know where are you going, which goes to the latter half of a worthy ideal. Write that down, a worthy idea. So let's go ahead and let's hop into the first one. We're gonna talk about A, B, and C type goals. So go ahead and write that down. So let's go ahead and write this down. A type, B type, and C type goals. So I'm gonna just write this down here. What is an A type goal? An A type goal is a goal that you already know how to do. Write that down. An A type goal is a goal that you already know how to do. So the word here is know. Here's the word, is you know what to do. So you might be saying, well, what does that mean? So DeAndre, I'm currently at my job and I'm earning $5,000 a month and I want to go full-time in my company, whether it's network marketing, you're starting an agency, you're starting a boutique, you're selling fashion online, I don't care what it is, but you want to get to $5,000 a month in your business. And you say, DeAndre, that's my goal. I want to replace my job income. Now, that's great, but that would constitute an A-type goal. Why is that? Because you already know how to do it. You are doing it already at your job. You're earning that $5,000 a month. So simply replacing your job income with your business income would constitute an A-type goal. Now, here's the problem with an A-type goal is there's no growth attached to it. Write this down. A goal is not to get, a goal is to grow. Now you might be saying, DeAndre, I'm on this, call with you right now. I've been an entrepreneur for 5 years. Why do I need to watch a goal on watch a call on setting goals. If you're thinking that way, guess what? I used to think that way too. When I humbly met Bob Proctor back when I was turning 24 years old, I was sleeping on a couch. I was driving for Amazon and Lyft, earning $2,000 a month, $10,000 in credit card debt, 400 credit score, no car insurance for 2 years, college dropout, sleeping on my grandparents' couch. I said, you know what? I should probably get rid of my ego because the life and the thinking and the results that I have gotten are not what I want. If I was to surrender and listen to that old man that's respectfully, that old guy that's on the stage, he has what I have. And when he started talking about goals, I was like, man, I know how to set a goal. I'm an entrepreneur. And he asked me the question, how many of the goals have you actually hit? And if I was to look left and look right, I hadn't hit any of them. Simply knowing how to set goals and actually achieving them are two separate things. So when you get into the A-type goal and you start to know what to do, there's no growth attached to it. So let's go ahead and let's move on to the next one, is B-type goal. So go ahead and write this down, B-type goal. What is a B-type goal? A B-type goal has a plan. You have a plan. That's the word here, plan. So what does that mean? So I would say about 90 to 95% of entrepreneurs sit right here in this B-type zone. Well, what's a B-type zone? A B-type goal is a goal you think you can do. You have a plan for it. Well, what would this person say? They would say, you know what, DeAndre, this sounds good. I want to I want to hit my goal of this. So I have 500 contacts. I have 10,000 Instagram followers. If I do 10 sales calls a day, I convert at 30% and I enroll 3 people per day. If I did that for 90 days, I'd be able to quit my job. And that is my plan to get out of my job and increase my income. Who's been there before? Drop a 2 in the chat if you've been there before. That's totally fine because that's where I used to be. That would constitute a B-type goal. Now, why is that? Because you have a plan. And if you have a plan, then you're not allowing space for the universe, God, the quantum field to deliver something amazing to you. So when we talk about the quantum goal, you're allowing space for the miracles and the actual quantum leaps, the actual real shit to start to manifest in your life. But you gotta have a vision. You gotta know where you're going, because without a vision, you can't make a decision of where you want to go. Who do you want to be? What do you want to have? How do you want to feel? Not only about the world, but about yourself. Loving yourself more, loving people more, loving life more. Got carried away. That's C-type goal. Let's get back to B-type goal. You start to have a plan. So here's the problem with the B-type goal is it doesn't allow you to get excited. Because you have a plan, there's no excitement. It's predictable. When you have predictability, it's something fun. Imagine if you were going to go to Disneyland and you know exactly every ride you're going to go on, and you already knew what you're going to feel like and what you're going to eat and every experience and every little laughter. Would it be fun anymore to go to Disneyland? Probably not. It's the unpredictable. What are you going to experience? Who are you going to see there? What's going to be the reaction of your little brother or sister or your partner or whatever? It's that unpredictability that makes life a little fun. Scary, but fun. That's what makes life life. But us humans, we like to put predictability on certain things. So you're not going to be inspired with the B-type goal. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which we're going to see here as a C-type goal. C-type goal, another word I'm going to call it is a quantum goal. A C-type goal is a fantasy. A fantasy. It's something that you've never done before. You might be saying, well, what does that look like? You see, you have to, for the first time, ask yourself, what do I want? Go ahead and write that down if you're taking notes. What do I want? Not what your parents want, not what your kids want, not what your girlfriend wants, not what your business partner or your upline. What do you want? Literally write a grocery list, like a groceries list. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want? So what does this look like when you attach it from theory over to a story? So if you're watching me for the first time, you get to hear my story. If you're here, you already know me, you're gonna hear it again. So check this out. So when I met Bob Proctor, right? So many of you guys know that I was driving for Lyft. And when I met Bob, I only had $180, give or take, in my bank account. And when they said, hey, do you want to work with us and become a consultant and start studying with us? They said, great, I'll learn. I said, great, I want to learn. They hit me with the price tag. You know what they said? $30,000. $30,000. Guys, I had never even earned $30,000 in a year. And they were like, yo, cop up $30K to work with us. And I was like, I was sleeping in my car at that event in LA. But I didn't let the money stop me. I got out my grandfather's credit card. I put $5,000 on my grandpa's credit card and said, hey, I got 30 days to make a payment and pay Bob $33,000 a month, because I stretched the $30,000 over the year. So I had to pay Bob $3,000 a month. So that's how I jumped into this, start learning about goals and how the mind works. So I put my back up against the wall. I moved into a zone I had never been, the unpredictable, a scary zone. Well, how am I going to pay off the $5K off the credit card? Not even that. How am I going to pay the $3K next month? You see, that's the fun part. So here I am studying with Bob Proctor, and I'm learning all this material. So, the first lesson we start to learn is having a goal. I start to think to myself, well, what if I go for 30,000? 30,000, that's about 5 clients a month, XYZ. And that got me a little excited. But that was a B-type goal. So here I am. I want you to imagine this. A guy, 24 years old, sleeping on a couch saying, I'm going to earn 100,000 a month. Imagine that's your child or that's your brother or sister. What would you say to them? Drop in the chat right now. What would you say to a friend who has been broke for 5 years, sleeping on a couch, and he comes to you one day and says, yo, I'm going to earn 100K next month? I'm curious, what would you say if that broke friend came to you and said, yeah, I'm going to earn 100K a month? That was me. I don't even know what I would say to myself, but guess what? I believed in something so much bigger than me. So here I am, and I started to visualize, man, earning 100K a month. And Bob said, get something that you really want and put it on a goal card like this. You guys will see this right here. This is called a goal card. You see it right here? And on the goal card, it says this: I'm so happy and grateful now that ... and you write down what you want. Go ahead and write that down. Write down on the side of your paper, if you have it right now, what do you want? How much money do you want to earn? So in today's call, we're focusing around the area of finances, but what do you want to earn? How much would you like to earn each and every single month? It would cover your monthly expenses. You'd be able to drive the dream car, retire your parents, live in your dream house, travel the way you want to travel, whatever it is that you want. Write that number down. How much would you want to earn? And then the next thing you're going to want to do is it a C-type goal? Is it a C-type goal? You're going to want to ask yourself that. Is it a C-type goal? Well, let's go back to what we wrote in our notes. What is a C-type goal? A C-type goal is a fantasy. It's a want. It's something that scares you. It has to scare you. If it doesn't scare you, you're going in the wrong direction. Well, why is that? We said earlier, a goal is not to get, a goal is to grow. Your goal is to get out there and do something you've never done. Getting on this podcast right here, it caused me to grow because I've never done it before. It got me nervous. Even though I did a bunch of Zoom calls, I did give myself a little pep talk, but I've done this before. Put it on a card. Get yourself a little index card. Maybe what I'll do for you guys is maybe in the chat, if I have some time, I'll put a link so you guys can download this for free, get it printed out at Staples and carry it with you. But in the meantime, put it on a little sticky note. Put it on an index card, whatever you like. Just keep it simple. And write down in the present tense, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm earning, boom. And that's what I did at the time. I said, I want to get to $100,000 a month. And that was the only shred of evidence that I had back then. Was a goal card and a vision and an elevated emotion.